Hello Tamers, and we're finally back to finish the Heroes Across Time tournament, starting with Semi-Final 1, Davis vs. I and Beelzemon X have the first move. Security setup. Digimon standby. Let's open the digital gates. Hatching, Yamon evolves into Impmon X. Then for 2 cost into Wizardmon, turnover. Hatching, Demi-Vmon evolves into Jamming Vmon. And then for 3 cost, the Tamer, Davis is played. Turnover, Wizardmon is kept in the raising area. And for 3 cost evolves into Balmon. Turnover, and Vmon moves out. At the start of the main phase, since Vmon is free, Davis adds 1 memory, and then for 3 cost, here comes Wormon. On play search, 1, 2, and 3, the target chosen is Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. And it's only now that Vmon goes for security, because now that the green Wormon is on the field, he gets Demi-Vmon's inheritable for 1 draw. Check on jamming, it's 5k on Wizardmon, but Vmon survives. Finally, for 3 cost, another Vmon is played. Again, on play search, 1, 2, and 3. This time we'll choose X Vmon. Turnover, Balmon moves out. First it attacks, aiming for Vmon. With Wizardmon's inheritable on attack, EX2 Immon is rigged to top deck. And with Yamon's inheritable, trash 2. Immon triggers, trashing another 3. And with Promo Wizardmon and Deathslinger, memory plus 2. Immon X's inheritable trashes another 2 cards, but no special effects. Now the attack connects and Vmon is taken out. Next, for 3 cost, ST14 Immon is played directly onto the field, and for 0 cost, X evolves into Immon X. On play and on evolve, by trashing 1 option card from your hand, you may return 1 Digimon with Evil, Wizard, or Demon Lord in its traits from your trash to your hand. So by trashing 7 full cluster, they will recycle Wizardmon X, which evolves on top of Immon X for 2 cost. And on evolve, since it doesn't have Wizardmon or XNC body in its evolution cards, trash 2. 1 Promo Wizardmon, memory plus 1. And with ST14 Immon's inheritable, since a card was trashed from the deck, a level 3 opposing Digimon is deleted. Finally, for 3 cost, Wizardmon X will evolve into a second copy of Balmon. First, on evolve, trash 3. 1, 2, and 3, there's an EX2 Immon for another 3 trash. And since their trash is now pretty healthy at 16 cards, Balmon is ready to be reincarnated as Beelzemon if he is deleted before Davis's turn ends. Turn over. Hatching, Demi-Vmon. Since Vmon managed to survive the Balmon onslaught, Davis gains a memory, and Demi-Vmon evolves into Wormon. Now first for 2 cost, Vmon evolves into X Vmon, of course, and paying 4, Stingmon enters the fray. And although the memory has passed over to the opponent's side, with Vmon's inheritable, they can now initiate an end of turn DNA Digivolve. So with 1 blue level 4 on top of a green level 4 Digimon. Alright, but first with their respective your turn effects, they gain back 2 memory, and then X Vmon and Stingmon will unite into Dino-Beemon. On evolve, when DNA Digivolving, suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon, and this Digimon gets plus 3k DP for the turn. Then, this Digimon can attack your opponent's Digimon, and it's going to attack aiming for the upper Balmon. And at this moment, Davis can activate his second effect, suspending himself and paying the evolution cost of 3 to further evolve Dino-Beemon into the Ancient Dragon Emperor, Imperialdramon, Dragon Mode. 1 draw. On evolve it, unsuspends. And the attack connects, killing Balmon. First and foremost, Dino-Beemon's inheritable triggers to trash Beelzemon's top security, a Deathslinger. Now that's really lucky. But next, with the on-deleted gain from its on-evolve, the deleted Balmon may now reincarnate as Beelzemon. But because they know what's probably going to happen next, I chooses not to activate this optional effect. Beelzemon remains in the trash. Now that all those deletion effects have resolved, here comes Imperialdramon's Piercing on Jet for 1 check. Just a Wizardmon X, trashed. And of course at the end of the attack, paying 0 cost, mode change into Fighter Mode. 1 draw. And on evolve, by returning the Dragon Mode from its evolution cards to the hand, all opposing suspended Digimon are returned to the bottom of their owner's deck. So you see, If I had played Beelzemon with Pulse on delete, it would have been suspended and returned to the bottom of the deck with Fighter Mode's effect. And they would much prefer to have him in the trash. Turn over. Hatching, Yamon evolves into Impmon. Now with its all turns effects, Fighter Mode is now standing as a 15k DP blocker that's going to have security attack +1 on the next turn. But as powerful as Fighter Mode is, it's only level 6 and it has no protection. For 4 cost, here comes Death Slinger. Since I and Beelzemon currently have 25 cards in the trash, the total level they can target is 6. So Fighter Mode is taken out. Now the only real move I can make from her hand right now is drop another ST14 Immon, but she's gonna choose not to do so and simply pass over at 3. Turn over. Active, draw, and Wormon moves out. And of course, since Wormon is free, Davis gains memory once again. For 2 cost, Wormon evolves into Stingmon. And then, since Davis is a blue tamer, for 3 cost, they can play the option card V Laser. On main, trash the top 3 evolution cards of one opposing Digimon, but there are no targets. Then, if you have a green Digimon in play, you may play 1 level 4 or lower free blue Digimon from your hand at no cost. So, using this effect, the level 4 Rydramon will be played directly from the hand. With that, turn over. But, once again with Wormon's Inheritable, end of turn DNA, allowing Stingmon to recoup 1 memory back to 0. And then with 1 blue level 4 and 1 green level 4 Digimon, Rydramon and Stingmon unite into the DNA Desperado Imperialdramon. 1 draw. Unfortunately, there are no targets for its on-evolve effect, but since memory is back at 0, it can go for secure. With Demi-Vemon's Inheritable, 1 draw. And of course, Davis will trigger himself once again, paying 3 to transcend Imperialdramon back into the recycled Dragon Mode. 1 draw, which on evolve unsuspends itself again. So now the attack connects on 12k DP. Check, 8k on Beelzemon X, trash. First with Imperialdramon's Inheritable at the end of attack, if this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name or free in its traits, memory refund, +1 back to 2. And then with Dragon Mode's own end of attack, for 0 cost, mode change back into Fighter Mode. 1 draw and turn over. And ST14 Immon moves out. But although their trash is quite healthy, high power blockers like Fighter Mode are a menace to the Immon combo, because it can only warp into Beelzemon by attack. And since it's warping, it won't have many inheritables to increase its DP, so even though it can go straight into Beelzemon, all Fighter Mode has to do is block the attack with his 15k DP on defense. One of the only ways to get around this is to use EX2 Iron Mako to warp straight into EX2 Blast Mode and blast the annoying blocker out of the way, but as you guys might remember, I don't run them in this build. But that's also because this deck has a different solution. From the hand, for 0 cost, the option card XNT Body is infused beneath Impmon, and Impmon is commanded to go for secure. Now what's going to be important here is the resolution order of effects. First with Impmon's on attack, paying 3 cost, he will warp into Beelzemon from the trash. 1 draw. Now with Beelzemon's on evolve, trash 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. EX2 Immon was hit, 1, 2, and 3. When Warring Shots is trashed from the deck, it is placed in the battle area. Everything else goes nicely into the trash, which is now fat at 32 cards. With Beelzemon's remaining 2 effects, it gains security attack +1 for the turn and regains 3 memory. Now Yamon's Inheritable resolves for another trash 2, 1, and 2. Nothing much. And finally, resolving the X Antibodies Inheritable on attack. This Digimon can evolve into a Digimon with X Antibody in its traits from your hand, paying the evolution cost. So paying 1, Beelzemon will unleash the full power of the Crest of Gluttony, transcending into the duelist who stands beyond finality, Beelzemon X. 1 draw. On evolve. If this Digimon has Beelzemon or X Antibody in its evolution cards, for every 10 cards in your trash, trash the top card of your opponent's security. They currently have 34, so that's 1 Wormon, 2 Paladin Mode, and 3 XV. But at only 12k DP, Beelzemon X is still at risk of being blocked and stopped by Fighter Mode. But I'm sure some of you might have already noticed this card right over here, which now triggers 7 full cluster from the trash during your turn when one of your Digimon evolves into Beelzemon X by returning this card from your trash to deck bottom. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So shuffling it back, no matter how powerful fighter mode is, it is currently the only Digimon on Davis's field. It is shot down, which means there is no longer anything standing in the way of Beelzemon X's attack for 12k on 2 checks. But it's not out of the woods yet because at only 12k DP, it can still be stopped by any Imperial. First, 1k on Vmon, trashed, final security check for Davis, which is an option card. But that's not gonna be enough to stop Beelzemon. V-Laser. Unable to play a Digimon, it's simply going to trash the top 3 evolution cards of Beelzy X, 2 and 3, leaving just the X and T-Body. And now this duel must reach its conclusion. For 4 cost, Beelzemon X mode changes to level 7, Blast mode. 1 draw. You guys know the drill, on evolve unsuspend since they have at least 20 cards in the trash, gain back 3 memory, and blast mode attacks. Davis has no blockers on the field and no security remaining. It's a direct attack and the match is over. The winners are I and Beelzemon. So they will move on to the final round.